Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm out here in the garden trying to get my first plants in the ground. I am way late on getting my plants in. Got the first 2 raised beds done. We've got some lettuce, we've got some kale, we got some celery planted. 21 plants per bed, 42 plants in the ground. And you probably can't tell it, but it's starting to rain. It's starting to sprinkle right now. There's some rain coming on the radar. So this may not work out real well today, but I had 9 trays down here of plants that I started from seed that need to go in the ground. So I guess if it doesn't rain too hard, we'll just keep on going. So I'm gonna go ahead, I think I'm gonna switch to the in-ground garden, see if we can start getting some of this cauliflower and broccoli in the ground. So what I'm using to plant through the holes of this ground cover is I'm using a power planter. This is a 3-inch power planter. It's basically a drill bit, little auger bit for your drill. And this does come in a 2-inch version, a little bit smaller diameter. I've been wanting to get one. One of these days I'll pick a smaller one up. So this one right here, this 3-inch version, is just the same size as the holes in the ground cover. And it helps to stand on each side of the hole when you're drilling to keep that fabric from lifting and help bring the soil on top of the fabric instead of pushing it underneath. So I think you got to have probably a pretty decent drill to be able to do this, because I just did that whole row, and this is clay soil, so it's firm. It offers a pretty good resistance, and this drill was getting hot. So definitely putting the test to the drill today. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and start planting some plants in this, get this whole row planted, and hopefully the weather holds off long enough for us to get this done. So I've got 2 rows now planted in the garden. This first row is all cauliflower, and then this next row is a mixture. So I've got 4 red bell peppers down there, and then I've got the rest of the cauliflower, and then we've got 4 orange bell peppers, and then we've got some broccoli. So we got some broccoli through here, and then the last 4 plants, them are yellow bell peppers. So I got my bell peppers planted, I've got all the cauliflower planted, and a little bit of broccoli. And I think that was all the holes that I have to fill right now. All these holes over here in the fabric, this is all for seeds. So we're gonna have our sweet corn in here, and our green beans and more sweet corn. And then I actually have to burn holes for the rest of the plants. So I don't want to do that on a windy day like today use the torch. And don't want to do it when this fabric's wet either. It won't melt right. You really have a hard time getting it to melt. And so you don't want to do it when the fabric's wet or windy. So we'll have to wait for another day to do any more planting in the fabric. So the other day, Rebecca and I worked all day long out here trying to get the garden ready. Did a lot of weeding. We rearranged the fabric, and you know, Rebecca doesn't mind weeding, which is kind of surprising. Most people hate to weed. She doesn't mind weeding, and she loves to harvest, but she doesn't like to plant plants very well. And I think I understand why. This is a long, tedious task doing this. I think I've been out here 3 hours already, a little more than 3 hours. And this row right here, this is a 1 foot spacing where this cauliflower is, and there ended up being 45 plants in that one row. And then this other row back here, this was a 1.5 foot spacing, and ended up being 33 plants in this row. And then over in those two raised beds over there, we planted 42. So it ended up 120 plants that I got in the ground today. So it looks like I'm averaging about 40 plants an hour. I don't know if that's good or bad. That doesn't sound very good to me. But I think I'm ready to go ahead and move to something else for now. So I'm gonna grab the TYM tractor. I'm gonna go over to the compost bin. We checked that the other day, and that compost looked like it was all broken down. It's mostly wasted hay, a little bit of goat manure, mostly wasted hay. And it turned into nice dark compost. So we're gonna take some bucket loads of that, and we've got some of these raised beds on the side. They're cleaned out. We're gonna go ahead and dump some compost in those. We're gonna get that all mixed up and get it ready to plant. And hopefully that's gonna work well for our fertilizer this year. Just using compost in those instead of trying to buy amendments to put in there. Hopefully the compost will be all that we'll need. So I've got 2 out of the 3 raised beds. I've got that compost mixed up. I've tried to turn that into the soil and mix it in pretty good. The compost wasn't completely broke down. You could actually still see where there's little pieces of hay or straw mixed in there. And every once in a while you'd run into like a matted up clump of hay or grass. So I just took that uncomposted grass, I just throw that out. But overall I think the compost is going to work well. It's going to fertilize the raised beds we're putting it in. And that's one less thing I'll have to buy. We're making our own compost now, so I won't have to go buy compost or fertilizer hopefully anymore. And last year we started seed saving. So the tomato plants that are back there, those are from saved seeds that we saved from last year. And our green beans are going to be from saved seeds. And of course I think there's quite a few things. I think there's maybe some eggplant back there from saved seeds. And so trying to save seeds instead of having to buy them. So this year we ended up buying more heirloom plants. So all of our peppers this year, I think we've got 5 varieties, maybe 6 varieties of peppers. They're all heirloom, and we're going to be doing some seed saving with those as well. That's why I've got them spaced out. That's why the bell peppers are at the end and in the middle and at this end. So hopefully they're far enough apart that that they don't cross-pollinate, and I can do some seed saving. But anyway, it is starting to rain now, as you can see. So I think I'm done for the day. It's been a long day. It has. It's been a long day out here. Planting goes a lot slower than you think it should, I guess. But I've got a lot of plants that I'm putting in the ground. So hopefully we'll come back another day and we'll get some more planted. We've got some potatoes left over from last year. We saved potatoes to plant this year, saving seeds. So hopefully those potatoes will work out and we'll get our potatoes in the ground. And yeah, we got quite a bit here more to do. We got all those onions back there to put in the ground. So quite a bit more planting. I'm probably maybe, I'm not even a quarter of the way done yet, but I've got a good start. So anyway, I think that's it for today's video, guys. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.